Addiction isn't just about substances. It's about people, relationships, and the pain that spreads beyond the addict. Across the world, millions of lives are touched by the destructive patterns of dependency, and the devastation extends far beyond the person struggling. David Cronenberg's The Fly uses science fiction and body horror to show how obsession can consume not just a person, but everyone they love. The film isn't just about a man physically transforming, it's about obsession, desire, and the way addiction can slowly consume someone and everyone who loves them, leaving heartbreak that is both personal and devastating. The tragedy at the center of The Fly begins with an awkward first meeting between Seth Brundle and Veronica Quaife. Seth, a brilliant but socially strange scientist, invites Veronica back to his lab to show off a piece of technology he believes will change the world. Veronica, a science journalist, sees the encounter as a potential story. From the start, they're approaching each other with completely different expectations. Seth is lonely and treats the moment as something personal, while Veronica treats it as professional curiosity. That tension is what makes their chemistry interesting. Veronica's skepticism makes Seth intrigued and feel the need to prove himself, and Seth's enthusiasm makes Veronica want to see just how far he'll go. Even with their first meeting ending badly, it doesn't feel like a conclusion. It feels like the beginning of a relationship built on mismatched intentions, a tension that will grow as Seth's obsession with the machine takes hold. Seth's need to prove himself doesn't stop once he wins Veronica over. It leaks over into his work. He's able to successfully teleport himself one night alone, Seth feeling euphoric and accomplished. He's stronger, more energetic, and more confident. Everything feels better. The machine hasn't just proven his genius, it's changed the way he feels in his own body. And that feeling quickly becomes something he doesn't want to let go of. The teleportation pods stop being just an invention. They become a drug Seth can't resist. And this feeling is something he wants to share with Veronica. When Veronica refuses to try it, Seth doesn't simply accept her hesitation. He pressures her. To him, the machine represents progress, evolution, even liberation. But Veronica's refusal introduces doubt. If she won't experience it too, then maybe the feeling isn't as perfect as he believes. In that moment, Seth starts behaving less like a scientist and more like someone chasing a high, the first real sign that something about him is beginning to change. At first, Seth interprets the changes in his body as proof that the machine has improved him. He feels euphoric and indulges in some of life's greatest pleasures: sugar, his lover, and newfound confidence. But the longer the transformation continues, the harder it becomes to ignore what's actually happening. His personality changes, becoming more hostile towards Veronica and acting more manic. His body begins to deteriorate, fingernails falling off, teeth loosening, skin breaking down. What once felt like evolution starts to look more like decay. The high fades, and what's left behind is the damage. As Seth's body decays, it's not just himself he harms. The people around him, especially Veronica, are dragged into the consequences of his obsession. There's a small but important reason why the addiction metaphor works so well in this film. The transformation isn't sudden. It's slow, messy, and uncomfortable, which forces the audience, and Veronica, to watch Seth decline step by step. That gradual deterioration is what makes the tragedy feel believable. Seth's transformation into Brundlefly exaggerates the physical consequences of addiction. Veronica starts the film as an observer and supporter, intrigued by Seth's genius. But as he becomes more obsessed and his body changes, her role shifts. She's no longer just a lover. She becomes a witness to someone she cares about slipping away. Watching Seth change so drastically takes an emotional toll. Every visit shows her the man she loves disappearing before her eyes. Each refusal, each manic outburst isolates her, and every choice she faces is heartbreaking because it's no longer just about Seth. It's about surviving love in the shadow of addiction. She sees the man she loved turn into something unrecognizable, and the longer she watches, the more helpless she feels. Every attempt to reason with him fails, and every refusal to join his obsession isolates her further. By the end, Veronica faces a devastating choice: allow the man she loves to continue suffering, or take action to stop it. Her decision isn't made lightly. It's a tragic consequence of being close to someone consumed by their own obsession. It's heartbreaking, not relieving. Veronica's role shows the ripple effects of addiction. It doesn't just destroy the person experiencing it, it devastates those around them. It's not only Seth's story, it's also hers. A story of loving someone while powerless to save them. The tragedy of addiction isn't limited to the person experiencing it. It ripples outward, affecting everyone who cares about them. Seth's obsession with the machine destroys him, but it also leaves Veronica powerless to stop the consequences, watching someone she loves change beyond recognition. The film dramatizes this through body horror, but the underlying truth is universal. Obsession and addiction slowly consume people, eroding relationships and leaving heartbreak in their wake. Ultimately, The Fly isn't just Seth's story. It's about love, loss, and the devastating ripple effect of obsession. Cronenberg turns body horror into a mirror for human addiction, showing us how it consumes not only the person, but everyone who loves them. The Fly is truly a fantastic film, not just for the body horror and amazing practical effects, but it is a very emotionally driven story. A lot of the time, horror can do a poor job conveying emotions, especially that are crucial to the plot, but David Cronenberg does a great job executing these very important drivers of the story, which would be the emotions of Veronica and Seth. I've seen that this movie's been interpreted as well for someone having a diagnosis that's terminal and people around them being affected by that, which I also think is a very insightful analysis of the film, but I saw it more so in the light of an addict. This is one of my favorite horror movies ever. I cry at the ending every single time. The acting is phenomenal. Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis are amazing. I think they're both extremely talented, and this is a great display of their ability to act. David Cronenberg is such a talented director and has made so many amazing films. I definitely understand why this one gets a lot of attention. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one.